Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some more Oceania 7 Key World Cup 2024 action. We've got a losers bracket match here. We've got Vietnam versus Spain, our 13 versus 23 seed. An interesting match, certainly, to come up. Spain just barely managing to make it into this tournament at that 23 spot. Vietnam very close to that top 12, top 11-ish zone. But with that, I am Toph Daddy, one of your commentators. I'm joined once again by Raviel. How's it going?
Doing really well. We are off from a lot of sweeps over the last couple of matches. There's a current match that's happening right now as well, Indonesia and Portugal. But yeah, like you mentioned, Vietnam versus Spain, 13 and 23. Vietnam are looking to try and get off to another win in this World Cup, at least, after losing to the Philippines. Now, Spain, they have not won yet and will be hoping to try and cause a shocking upset today.
They certainly will, but Vietnam is no joke. And from the qualifier results, we saw some pretty big differences between the teams that we saw, like in that lower part, like rank 17 to 24, in that bottom set of qualifiers, and then even just like 9 through 16. So I imagine Vietnam is going to have a little bit of an advantage here, but we'll be getting into our roles and protects and bans. It looks like Vietnam won the role and is getting first protect here, and I'm not totally certain what to expect. If I'm in Vietnam's position, I'm maybe going with something that's more physically demanding as a protect. And LN3 does come out, so that this certainly makes sense, I think, if Vietnam's feeling more comfortable on the long note side of things, since that is maybe going to be able to take advantage of some of the weaknesses that Spain has.
I'm just looking at the qualifier results, and Vietnam do have a very dominating advantage over Spain on LN. But as I say that, Spain are protecting an LN of their own.
I'm kind of surprised about that.
Yeah, they're going for the less releasey, more coordination kind of LN. At least compared to LN1.
Protect.
Wait. Oh. That is pretty unfortunate. But
I mean, I think some of the Mania folks are still getting used to the whole LN3 RC1 kind of what do you call it?
The language, I guess.
Yeah, getting used to the language of the picks, banning out Rice 4 instead, and Vietnam will have their own ban. I imagine another Rice ban is coming out here. Maybe Burning Star. I could see that potentially being a ban coming out from Vietnam, but no, LN1 getting rid of the releases. So 2 protected LN maps and a banned LN map. That's interesting.
Yeah, because Vietnam's Stage 4, which was the LN coordination release pick, they were 11th place compared to Spain's 28th. That's 17 places of difference. But Vietnam don't like the Oceanic Museum, I guess.
I guess not. Maybe they saw the LN2 protect from Spain and got a little bit spooked.
Yeah.
The Hybrid 1 coming out, I do like this pick. This is what I would consider the hardest overall hybrid pick in this pool, and maybe attacking the physicality of this Spanish team would favor them a little bit.
It's definitely, like, I would say it's the hardest without it being too risky, because you have Waifu Gem and that one, like,
that one's easier than Hybrid 1 for the most part, outside of that ending, for sure.
Let's see the players in this lobby. Saban, Chiquino, Fishcake for Vietnam, Lucas, and Cadoan for Spain. Should be the final 4.
That is what we're looking at. Vietnam looking to get off to a hot start here with Hybrid 1. Their own pick. Just don't want to give up that breakpoint right away.
Yeah, Vietnam would like to start this match off strong.
No major issues coming out of this intro for anyone. Cadwin does find a little bit of an accuracy drop on a few of those notes, but not too far behind, just below that 99%, but Vietnam's going to take a small lead coming out of this intro from that. No combo break so far, though.
Oh, as you say that too.
Yeah, traded back and forth. Cadwin and Saren both finding drops. That is going to favor Vietnam just a little bit because of the accuracy drops from Cadwin earlier. But Fishcake and Lucas both holding on to the full combos for their teams. Still one full combo to one here.
Yeah, and I think a very recurring theme that we're going to see with these kind of lower bracket matchups is when the lower seed team has a very decent player, but not a decent enough second player to keep up with the rest, as you see from Kado and dropping all the way down to 95 already. And Vietnam still holding okay with Saren holding 98.9 and Fishcake holding an FC as well.
Yeah, well, now that you say that.
Never mind.
Just one FC left on the board. Lucas holding on to the full combo for Spain, but the accuracy staying around the same as Fishcake with Saren, just capable of outclassing Cadwin for the time being at just around that 99%. Cadwin holding on to a 96 coming out of that first half, and we see about a 46,000 point lead in favor of Vietnam here.
Yeah, we're only halfway through the map, so there has to be a gigantic collapse from Vietnam, and Cadwin really needs to start picking up as well for Spain.
And there is some pickup going on, that accuracy going up, trying to get up to that 97 range. But I think everyone's accuracy in this section starting to increase before we get into maybe the hardest part of the chart.
Yeah, Lucas is doing really well, still MVP in the lobby. Once again, Saren and Cadwin both miss, and Cadwin is getting the short end of the stick on this one.
Yeah, one that's definitely not treating either one of these teams particularly well. Saren and Cadwin not having the best of times, but Fishcake and Lucas both holding combo through that section, staying around the same accuracy. Lucas with a slight advantage in both combo and accuracy there. As we get into the final couple of notes here, looks like Vietnam will be able to hold on to that accuracy advantage they had and take their first point in the match, as long as nothing catastrophic happens at this ending.
Yeah, oh no, Fishcake does find another drop at the end, and Lucas should be... Never mind, oh my gosh.
What a tragic miss.
Oh my gosh. Well, I guess no FCs. But it is going to be a point to Vietnam.
It certainly is. Vietnam starting off on the right foot. Spain gets a pick, though, and I can maybe imagine seeing LN2 coming out, just wanting to get that protect out of the way.
Yeah, this is very... I would say interesting, like, how Spain are going to really go through this match. Because in terms of the qualifiers, like, if we just look at the qualifiers, they don't beat Vietnam in any stage, so it's really just picking whatever they're the most comfortable with.
Yeah, I could definitely see... I could see LN2 coming out. I could see Rice 2 or Rice 3 coming out as well. Not totally sure what angle Spain wants to take here. Ooh,
Must be real though.
Rice
okay.
6 coming out. I don't mind this pick. The physicality of this is not too bad and has a lot of varying patterns, so I could definitely see Vietnam maybe struggling a little bit to stay consistent on it. And with the slightly easier physicality of some of the patterns in this, I could definitely see Spain maybe feeling a little more confident on this than some of the other Rice picks in the pool.
Now, speaking of this pick, which is the mixed Rice of the 6 Rice maps, if we compare it to stage 5 of the qualifiers, which is also the mixed Rice, the placement disparity is only by 4 places. Vietnam was 16th, Spain was 20th. So I assume Spain were looking at the qualifier placings and thinking, you know, going for the most possible one to take a point off would be this.
Yeah, and early on, we see a slight accuracy advantage actually for Spain right out the gate, and a miss from Fishcake.
Ooh.
Couple of drops down to that 98% for both Fishcake and Cadwin, but Lucas, no, with a miss.
Oh no!
I cursed them. Cadwin with another break. Just one full combo left, and it's on Saren's side. Vietnam holding on to a lead now because of that, but the accuracy's not too far apart for both of these teams. Just need to have Spain kind of lock in and keep that combo consistent, especially once we start getting towards the ending where it might be a little more straightforward to keep that up, but still a 30,000 point lead for Vietnam because of the combo breaks so far.
Yeah, the lead is going to grow because of Cardoon's miss again, and Seiren, with the only FC despite not having better accuracy over their teammate, currently holds the highest score of the lobby, almost tied with Lucas.
Certainly is hitting the second half of this map now. It's going to be a lot about holding on to the combos here. I think without the combo breaks here, this would be a lot closer here. And this might be an opportunity for Spain to start building up that combo and hope that Vietnam has a little bit of issues in this ending. But so far, everyone holding on very strong in this ending.
Yeah, Spain is still trying to give this one a good fight as Seiren does find the miss. But it is traded with Cardoon.
But Seiren finds another one. Gonna shrink the lead just a little bit. Still have a quarter of the map left, but need to make up 58,000 points of deficit. That accuracy is starting to build up on Cardoon's side, trying to get up to the 98 range, but that is going to be another miss. And that's going to help keep Vietnam with a large lead here on Cosmic Railroad as we hit the final few patterns of this map.
Yeah, and that should be a big point to Vietnam as well. 72,000 points of a lead.
That's going to be a second point, a first break point in this match for Vietnam. Back to their own pick and really start pushing the momentum in their direction here with a good pick.
What would Vietnam go for? I think they could go for really anything.
Yeah, I think they definitely could. I could almost see them going LN3 here. Okay, or Hybrid 2, sticking with the hybrids. That okay. I think, actually, not sure I agree with this pick.
I mean,
I don't think I agree with almost anyone picking Hybrid 2, though, to be fair. It's a minute and 22 seconds.
Wait, did Vietnam just say that they don't like this map and they picked
they
it
certainly did. And we've already got the FP start command, no turning back now.
This is definitely one of the maps of all time.
Yeah, a minute and 22 seconds for a World Cup map is kind of absurdly short. And making it so that singular mistakes are going to cost you multiple thousands of points, or maybe multiples of 10,000 points, is certainly a risk that you need to think about. And Vietnam just going in swinging is something I did not expect.
They are definitely trying to test the waters here, and it is currently in the favor of Vietnam as both Spanish players already dropped.
Indeed, but that's going to be a miss from Vietnam as well. Just one full combo left in this intro. Another miss from Fishcake, going to shrink that lead just a little bit as we get into a slightly easier. Fishcake having some issues. Lead down below 20,000. Whoa! Fishcake not having a good time. But double miss from Spain again. Still only one full combo for Seiren here. Holding on for Vietnam at the moment as we get into the second half where the more difficult patterns start to show their head.
Yeah, these releases are extremely tough to get by. Seiren doing really well still holding that FC and that really high accuracy. That's really just what's making the difference here. And they got the FC.
Traded back by Keto in there and Lucas, so everyone's just finding drops here. Fishcake,
oh man,
holding on, finding a little bit of steadiness, but does find the break there. But that lead is just continuing to extend. But very interesting performances from pretty much everyone there. I was not expecting that, but it is going to be a victory for Vietnam. They don't trip on their own wire and end up giving away another break point back to Spain. But that, I don't think was as safe as they were maybe hoping it would be.
It was definitely not comfortable. They were basically dropping a miss maybe like every 5 to 10 seconds, but so was Spain as they go for Hybrid 3. I don't even know what's going on in this match.
Hybrid 3? I didn't even see the pick come out. I just saw it change.
Unless Spain protests, which I don't.
It doesn't look like there's any protest here. Maybe they did. Our ref, I think there was just a lot of chat going down. Okay,
yeah,
they did pick it.
Wow.
Okay, chat was going 18,000 miles per hour.
Wow.
This is
I don't know.
Maybe the most out-of-pocket pick I've seen so far, which is crazy because Vietnam just picked hybrid too.
I mean, with this, there goes all of the hybrids. And this is the 4th pick of the match.
Yeah, certainly an interesting strategy from both of these teams.
But let's see. Oh, Lucas going for hidden.
And mirror.
Very interesting.
Mirror more normal, but hidden definitely haven't seen. I think this is the first time I've personally seen hidden being used in this tournament, but
yeah.
We've got the intro coming out. No one finding any major issues. A couple of accuracy drops on the side of Spain there. Both Vietnamese players above 99.5 here, but dropping a little bit with some of those sweepy patterns. A miss from Seiren as well. Gonna get Spain a little bit closer with that lead as we get to these the first really difficult part. But again, I think we mentioned this. The first 3/4 of this not quite as hard as the ending.
Yeah, but Cardoen will find the first miss of Spain. Now a 10,000 point lead to Vietnam. As we kick things off as both Spanish players drop.
Yeah, both Spanish players finding a break. Neither of the two Vietnamese players finding any combo drops in that section. Holding on. Still both above 99%. Lucas building back up to that 99%. And Catalan just below the 98 right now. Still within a position to potentially come back if issues start coming out. And Seiren with 2 misses, traded, but only one by Catalan. And Fishcake also finding a drop. Going to shrink that lead just a little bit in this break section.
Yeah, that lead won't increase for that long. But now as things simmer down in this break section, back to the L lens as one finds Cardoen twice, thrice. And it's not looking good for Spain. 30,000 points now to the good of Vietnam.
Indeed. Going into the first, or not first, the only real chorus of this song, as the lead for Vietnam starts to increase with some of these sweep patterns. A few drops from Catalan there. Still holding on pretty clean on their side. Fishcake also finding a pretty clean drop there. Trading back and forth between those two. Seiren and Fishcake double miss from Vietnam. Catalan still trading it back. So Lucas, the only one capable of holding on to the combos through this section as we start approaching the ending. And this is where things are going to get a little spicy.
Yep, now the BPM ramps up to 200. The difficulty does spike pretty egregiously as Cardoen does find the first miss of this section, a second one from them, and a third, but Seiren does find one themselves.
Fishcake also finds one. Lucas finally finding a combo drop as well, and it looks like Vietnam is going to be able to take another break point off of this.
Yeah.
Through this ending from a lot of drops from pretty much everyone.
Yeah, that section is just absolutely brutal.
It certainly is, but
back to Vietnam.
Back to Vietnam's pick out of hybrids. And LN3 comes out to protect from Vietnam.
Alright.
This is an anti-rice matchup here, I guess. No one wants to go through the rice pool. We got Cosmic Railroad and then haven't touched it since.
I mean, I'm okay with this. I like Owlens.
And here we go. Map number 5, 8-Bit Adventurer, our Ellen density pick. Quite on the speedy side, 197 BPM with no shortage of sweeps and bursts with long notes that are going to make things even more complex to handle and denser. But nothing that these players can't handle. It's just going to be interesting to see how well they're able to kind of hold off on some of the misses and reading mistakes that are going to end up happening in this map.
Yeah, it is very, very dense. But so far in this intro section, no one... Never mind. Lucas does find the first drop.
You can't say that. As a commentator, you should know better. Fishcake does trade it back.
Ooh.
Gonna keep the lead from growing too large out of that intro. Lucas does find another break, though. Saren does, and so does Kato, and that's all 4 full combos off the board.
Wow.
All on accuracy right now. Kato a little bit behind everyone else. Fishcake and Saren above the 99%. Lucas alongside them. Kato around the 97.5%. But trying to build up this section is really hard to get good accuracy on, especially if you can't read through inverse with the 1/3 type patterns. Changes up the rhythms just a little bit, but no one having too many issues and no one finding any combo breaks through this section.
It was just that like 10-second gap where everyone just dropped. Carduin does find the miss here.
Saren does trade it back. Still holding on to the accuracy lead for Vietnam here. Fishcake doing what they can to hold on to the combo. Lucas matching them. It's really been a showdown between Saren and Cadwin as far as keeping, trying to just keep that combo as much as possible. Saren does find the break there. Cadwin holding on through this ending for the time being. So we are seeing a few more breaks as it gets denser. Saren holding on just a bit better than Cadwin through that ending, and it looks like Vietnam going to have another quite heavy victory on their side, just over 100,000 points from the last few notes in this match. Fishcake dropping that huge combo right at the end.
But that will seal match point for Vietnam. Spain potentially have one final pick. They will need to at least capitalize on this to still stay alive in this World Cup, and they are immediately going for their protect, because why not?
I mean, it might be your last chance to pick it. You gotta go with it. It's a little bit on the slower side, more release heavy, more coordination heavy than we saw from 8-Bit Adventure. Not so much on the density and speed side, and it's also 3 minutes long, so make sure your mental stamina is ready to go.
And apparently Spain is requesting a timeout.
Yeah, they're just looking. I think maybe Cadwin has got interrupted by something. Just needs a minute to be able to get back.
I will point out that the players have been picking maps really, really quick, which is nice for the referee.
Yeah, don't have to worry about warning the players.
Yeah.
But that certainly shows that these two teams know what they're comfortable with.
And we do see the first appearance of another player apart from the 4 that we've been seeing for the entire match in Hitori for Vietnam. He should be the dedicated coordination LN specialist for the Vietnamese side.
Indeed, Fishcake staying in. We saw Lucas and Cadwin on the side of Spain. MP timer comes out for that timeout that Spain was looking for. Just waiting on their player to get back.
And the MB timer is now out, so we'll see if Spain can get their side sorted, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully we can get them sorted out here. I am interested to kind of see how this map ends up going. They got their player back, Cadwin's back, so they should be good. Not sure if the players are going to have them wait for the end of the timer, but it looks like our ref, everyone readied up. We're all good to go. We got the start command, and we'll be getting into potentially the last map, Spain's last-ditch effort trying to stay alive in this tournament.
Yeah, this is a lower bracket matchup. If Spain lose here, it is over.
Certainly, I do think is something that Spain could perform very well on. I think the physicality not really being there on this is going to help them a little bit, but we are seeing a little bit of coordination problem from Cadwin early on. Fishcake matching, though, trading that miss early on. But really, right now, the accuracy from both Lucas and Cadwin is not looking too strong compared to Hitori, who came in just for this map on Vietnam's side.
Yeah. When you have a team of like dedicated skill set specialists, especially someone like in Hitori, both Spanish players both drop there as well as Fishcake. Hitori,
everyone dropping. No more full combos left on the board. You said the word Hitori and they dropped. It keeps happening.
Yeah, it does keep happening.
But really, this is all about that accuracy from Hitori right now. Fishcake also ahead of both Spanish players. Cadwin out-accuracying Lucas, and Lucas just falling a little bit behind. Maybe not the most comfortable skill set for Lucas here.
Yeah, and the lead's already at 33,000 points. Still a lot of room for Vietnam to drop even more, as I say that Fishcake is the first one.
That is true. Fishcake and Cadwin now about on the same accuracy of matching each other at the moment. Hitori just about 2% ahead of Lucas right now and holding on to the combo much more cleanly than Lucas has been. I think we've only seen one break from Hitori, which on a map like this,
yeah,
that's crazy.
A trade from both Fishcake and Lucas. Lucas is just not doing too well on this kind of chart as they drop again together with Fishcake. Cadwin actually doing really well to still try and hold Spain afloat, but Hitori is just bossing it right now.
It is indeed, and it's looking closer and closer like there's going to need to be a collapse from Hitori specifically if Spain wants to take this back, because that score from Hitori might be enough to keep Vietnam afloat no matter what happens to Fishcake. Lucas finding a drop, trading back that drop from Fishcake. Cadwin doing everything they can to keep holding on to this combo, doing an incredible job, actually outscoring Fishcake pretty heavily. It's just Hitori right now. That score is so good.
Yeah, 22,000 points above Cadwin. And we're entering the final 20%.
In the last little bit of this map, Vietnam showing no signs of slowing down here, about a 60,000 point lead. As we see everyone kind of bringing themselves back. Cadwin does finally drop that 2,000 combo. Hitori now the only one above 2,000 combo. But that is going to be a finisher for Vietnam. They do manage to complete the sweep and win this match 6-0.
Yeah, and they will be advancing to the next round, or well, the next match, which will happen tomorrow, which will be either against Poland or the United Kingdom.
That's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, Spain is out, unfortunately. Kudos to them for performing honestly pretty well, despite only having 2 players for this match.
Indeed, it was really well fought, and especially some of those scores that we saw from both players. Lucas performing extremely well on a lot of those maps. Cadwin showing off the LN prowess on this final map here, especially trying to take down Hitori's just absurd coordination skill, but that is going to not quite be enough for Spain. Vietnam moves on, like you said, to face either the United Kingdom or Poland tomorrow, and Spain will be eliminated from the Osumania 7 Key World Cup 2024.
Yeah, that will do it for now, but do not go anywhere because we got an influx of matches ahead.
Oh yeah, we've got a lot coming up. Just coming up in about 30 minutes, we've actually got 2 matches. On this stream, we'll be seeing Malaysia versus Thailand. That's going to be a fun one.
That's going to be good.
And on the B stream, another match going on. We've got Brazil versus France. And then that's followed by a whole bunch more matches afterwards. So this is it's gonna be a fun little block. So don't be going anywhere because we got a lot of really amazing matches coming up this quarterfinals weekend.
Yeah, that should do it from us. Anything else you want to add?
Buy your banners. I'm not. I won't go super in depth. Just buy your banners. You know what we're talking about now.
Yes.
Support the teams. Go to the Osu store. Buy your banners for your favorite team. Any of the top 24, even if they're knocked out, you can buy a banner for to support these players.
Yeah, indeed. And if you pick the winning team, you will have the banner for a little while longer. That would be nice, right?
That would be nice, but I think that's gonna be just about it for us two. We'll be having some commentators back in about 30 minutes for Malaysia versus Thailand and Brazil versus France. We'll see you guys then.
Yeah. Do not go anywhere.
No ice, big chain, go watch.